A very good morning, children. So this video is on chapter 11, the Constitution of India, for class 7 civics. The topic that I am going to discuss is the Constituent Assembly. You can refer to your history textbook from 106, page number 106. Now, during the time when the British were ruling India, okay, the Indian people or the nationalists were fighting for the freedom struggle. And they had devoted a great deal of time planning and imagining what a free India, would be like. Under the British Raj, so under the British rule, okay, they were forced to obey rules that was not made by the Indians. The long experience of the Raj, or the domination of the British over the Indian people, okay, had convinced Indian people that free India should be a democratic India, or in India there should be a democracy where everyone was equal. So they imagine a democratic India because they have experienced the domination of the British in the earliest past. And these forefathers who made the Constitution of India imagined that India should be a democracy where all the people of India would be equal under the same roof, under the same country, okay? And these people had equal participation in the making of the government. So, equal participation. So, they imagine all the peoples of India were equal and they had equal participation in the making of the government. And if you want to make a government, then you should have rules and regulation. And who are going to make these rules and regulation? These rules and regulation were being made by the Indian people after the freedom struggle, okay? Making of government. So, what remained to be done was to set up a government. So, after India got independent on 15th August 1947, so what happened was the main goal of these people of India in the earliest past was to set up or to build a government. To set up a government. This government would be a democratic government in India, okay? And for this government to run, okay, smoothly, they need rules, okay, to function it properly. So, this started the framing of our constitution. And this framing of our constitution was not done by one person, but by a group of many people. Around 308 people, okay, basically wrote this constitution of India. And these members who were members of the Constituent Assembly, okay, basically, okay, made this Constitution of India, okay, in 1946. According to the proposal, okay, of the cabinet mission, okay, sent by the British Prime Minister, okay. So now I want to tell you something. This Constitution of India was not written by one person or not made by one person, but it was the effort of, okay, a number of people. How many people? 308 people who were members of the Constituent Assembly, which was formed in 1946, okay? And this was formed according to the proposal of the cabinet mission, okay, sent by the British Prime Minister, okay? He was known by the name, okay, British Prime Minister, okay, who sent a cabinet mission, okay, I am writing PM, okay, Prime Minister. He is known as Clement, okay, A-T, okay, A-T-T-L-E-E, Attlee, okay. Cabinet mission came to India actually to transfer, okay, or to give power to the Indian leaders, okay. So this was the proposal of the British government, okay, or proposal of the Prime Minister. Okay, Cabinet Mission came to India to transfer power from the British to the Indian leaders. There was no government at that time, so they were called Indian leader or leadership. The Constituent Assembly had members like Maulana Azad, okay, Abul Kalam Azad, okay, Mrs. Sarojini Naidu. You can refer to your book, okay, you find names of these people, okay. Then G. Durgabai, okay, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, okay, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, okay, Hukum Singh, Ujjwal Singh, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, okay, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Frank Anthony. Apart from this, you come to know here in the Constituent Assembly that Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the permanent president of the Constituent Assembly, whereas Dr. Sachid Anand, okay, or Ananda, okay, Sinha was its temporary president, that is the vice president, okay. As the assembly had members from all walks of life, so as you can see, okay, different people from different community, from different religion, from different walks of life, from different occupation, basically were the members of the Constituent Assembly. How many members were there when they were framing the Constitution? There were 308 members. They belonged to different castes, scheduled tribes, scheduled castes, okay, general castes, OBC castes. They belong to different castes and even different professions, even different religion, even different culture, traditions, okay, languages. So these were the members from different walks of life. So this Constituent Assembly had members who represent the whole of India, who represent the whole of India. And this whole of India was called a mini India because it represents all peoples from different, okay, what we call, okay, diversity. Now we are moving on to the drafting committee, okay. After this topic, okay, you can refer to 107, okay, page number 107. The drafting committee, okay, COMMITTEE, committee. Now a drafting committee, okay, under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So a drafting committee was made. So in order to draft the Constitution, okay, in order to make a rough copy of the Constitution, a drafting committee was made under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, which was set up by the Constituent Assembly, which was made by the Constituent Assembly on 29th August 1947, after the independence. Its main task was to draft the Constitution. It consisted of 8 members. Some eminent members were Sri K.M. Munshi, Syed Muhammad Sadullah, okay, Sri N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, okay. Now I want to tell you what is the main purpose of the drafting committee, okay. The main purpose of this drafting committee was to give this country a visionary document. A visionary document means the, okay, Constitution, okay, that reflected a respect for maintaining diversity. So there were in India, okay, you find, okay, different people are living in India, different languages, different religion, different custom, traditions, etc. Okay, so, okay, to give respect to these people, okay, that was the vision of this document, okay, while preserving national unity. So this constitution was made in order to preserve, in order to protect the unity of different people, okay. The final document also referred, okay, also reflected. So the second point why this document was drafted was not only to give a respect to different diversity of people living in India, okay, but also to remove poverty. Poverty means, okay, when the in India there are lots of poor people in India in the olden times. During the freedom struggle or after the freedom struggle, you find India was in a dire state, okay, where, okay, lots of people were very much poor, okay, because of the British Raj, okay. So in order to remove that poverty, okay, through change, okay, and how people can choose a government to uplift the poverty of India through election. That was the reason why they drafted this Constitution of India. Okay. Now we are moving on to the date and enactment. Okay, or date of enactment and adoption of the Constitution of India. Okay, the draft was ready by February 1948, which underwent 3 readings, which were completed by 26 November 1949. It took 2 years, 11 months and 17 days for the Constituent Assembly to finally pass the Constitution. At this time of its signing, the Constitution consisted of 395 articles. At this time when the Constitution was enacted, okay, it consisted of 395 articles, okay, and 8 schedules, okay. So the Constitution of India was adopted and passed by the Constituent Assembly on 26 November, okay, 26 November 1949, okay, with 395 articles and 8 schedules, okay. Now we are moving on to the date of enforcement, that is written in your book also, okay. The Constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. So the Constitution of India came into force, okay, which was originally used in 1950, okay. This day is celebrated as Republic Day, okay, in India. India now basically went on a new journey as a sovereign democratic republic after this particular day. So India is called a sovereign democratic republic, which we will be studying in the next class, okay. When the Constitution came into force, C. Raja Gopalachari became the first, okay, Indian Governor General, okay. Sri Raja Gopalachari became the first Indian, okay, Governor General. Remember that. He replaced Lord Mountbatten, okay, of the British East India Company, okay. The Constituent Assembly, okay, became the provincial parliament. So the Constituent Assembly, so the Constituent, Constituent Assembly became the parliament, and this parliament was called provincial, okay, parliament, okay, until new general election was held in 1951 and 1952 respectively. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, okay, was the president of the Constituent Assembly, who became the first president of independent India. Remember that. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the first president of independent India. With this, I have finished some of the topics. Hope you find this lesson useful. Have a good day.